Venus is considered the evil twin of planet Earth, full of carbon dioxide, sulfuric acid, and hellish temperatures. Despite all this has been a world that has always held everyone's attention, and the Soviet Union has made it seem seemingly impossible to land a lander probe on its surface. But scientists are not giving up, collecting unique scientific data and retrieve direct images of the planet's surface. The American businessman has always shown his concern and interest in knowing if there is life beyond planet Earth. On February 9, 2022, NASA's Parker Solar Probe took its first real images of Venus in invisible and near-infrared light. The probe used its wide field imager to capture the entire night side of Venus. NASA combined the images from the Parker Solar Probe that he took while flying past the planet and compiled a video. What the Parker probe captured were images showing a low brightness on the planet's surface, the outlines of its continental regions, plains and plateaus, and even an incredible glowing halo of oxygen in the atmosphere. Scientists assumed that the Parker Solar Probe would only capture the tops of the clouds that obscure Venus, but this exceeded their expectations, and they were able to see the planet's surface through the dense veil of its atmosphere. Scientists say, due to the high temperatures, from the planet the rocky surface of Venus shines like a piece taken from a forge. Long before the Soviet Union dreamed of landing its probes on Venus, they had several failed attempts. Venera 4 and Venera 5 were the first spacecraft of the Soviet Union that were able to transmit valuable information about the atmosphere of the planet and discovered the dense clouds in up to 3 layers that covered Venus. In December 1970, Venera 7 became the first probe to step gently on the surface of another planet. Thanks to a powerful cooling system, it could last 23 minutes under quite intense heat. With the help of measuring instruments, the probe transmitted detailed data on temperature, pressure, and atmospheric density to Earth. The first U.S. spacecraft to fly and study Venus in 1962 was called Mariner 2. The data received by the space probe turned all ideas about Earth's twin upside down. The probe showed a desolate, red-hot world with temperatures reaching 900 degrees Fahrenheit. The thick atmosphere of Venus was found to consist of corrosive sulfuric acid, carbon dioxide, and atmospheric pressure 9 times that of Earth, enough to crush any ship. The first close-up image of the planet was sent back by the Mariner 10 space probe in 1974. The image was edited to show what Venus would look like in color, as seen by human eyes. It shows thick clouds of carbon dioxide that engulf the planet red-hot. The Venera 9 and Venera 10 took their first images directly from the planet's surface, landing within days of each other in October 1975. To prevent immediate outage, the cameras were placed inside the spacecraft in a compartment woven through a special Gai light, which from the surface reached the periscope, a device that then directed the images. These lacked detail and appeared in black and white because color cameras could not withstand the high temperatures and pressures of the planet Venus. But for the first time, the surface of a world located 61 million kilometers from planet Earth could be seen in its closest point. The image made by Venera 9 shows a terrain covered with numerous sharp-edged rocks, and the Venera 10 panorama shows some strange formations resembling frozen lava flows. The Venus 14 spacecraft, launched from Earth in 1981, also took excellent images and stayed on the surface of Venus for 57 minutes. The instruments were stored in a sealed titanium case and cooled down considerably before reaching the surface. The camera module managed to take 14 color and 8 black and white images of the surface of the planet Venus. This impressive color panoramic view became particularly famous. It captured rock formations surrounded by darkness, and various incomprehensible objects can also be seen on a desolate landscape. A team of scientists from the Institute for Space Research of the Russian Academy of Sciences has published an article suggesting that they are signs of civilization on Venus. Some of the details in the image resemble a disk, a black cloth, and a scorpion. These objects suddenly appear in the frame, move, and then disappear, but the sensation did not last long. It turned out that the images retracted part of the probes that had fallen out after a difficult landing. These were the last images of Venus taken by the Soviet probes, but the Venus photo sessions were just beginning. If you are liking this video, do not forget to leave your like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell. In 1980, the United States launched the Magellan spacecraft, which brought us many vivid images of Venus. These show the planet's ancient volcanoes, unique meteorite impact craters, and incredibly large mountains, the highest of which is 11 kilometers high, by comparison to Mount Everest, which is only 8.8 kilometers high. The dark crater to the right and above center is named Cleopatra, and the black bands in the image are unmapped location. Among the areas of Venus that Magellan shows, there is something impressive, located in the region of the Wake of Venus. This is a volcano with a base of 66 kilometers. There are also some incomprehensible lines through the terrain. These are tectonically complex units that occupy about 8% of the surface of Venus that commonly occur as crustal plateaus that are invaded by lava flows from adjacent volcanic plains. So even now such patterns have only been found on the surface of Venus. Another unique area of the planet, it has a diameter of 300 kilometers. The large circular structure that can be seen in that photograph is a giant crown, a volcanic formation about 200 kilometers in diameter. The crowns are unique ring-shaped structures on Venus. They were formed by plumes of hot red rock that flowed from deep within the planet through the mantle and crust. Not far from the crown is something else, a so-called pancake dome about 35 kilometers in diameter and 1 kilometer high that has a remarkably circular shape. Scientists say formed by ancient eruptions of extremely viscous lava. Venus at first appeared to be devoid of internal energy, but it turned out to be quite active. Tectonic activity may still continue deep within Venus, and volcanoes could still spew lava on its surface. The Mont Mons volcano, although it does not have a real direct image as the Magellan spacecraft could not see the surface of Venus through the thick cloud cover, but its onboard radar surveyed the planet and transmitted the results back to Earth. Here a computer generated impressive views of Venus based on the data received. Mont Mons is the highest volcano on Venus at 8 kilometers high, and scientists suspect a recent eruption. A huge crater can be seen in its center, and a chain of smaller craters scattered across the area. Astronomers have long speculated that the clouds of Venus could harbor microbes, since unlike the incredibly high heat of the planet's surface, the temperature in the high clouds of Venus reaches a comfortable 30 degrees Celsius, although these clouds also contain about 90% sulfuric acid. Scientists at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology are looking for supermicrobes in the planet's clouds, but NASA plans to launch 2 more probes, the Da Vinci and Veritas missions, to try to find out more about Venus. The European Space Agency will send a space probe to the planet Venus. Russia is also preparing a project called Venerity. Roscosmos plans to send an orbiting lander to Venus, and the lander is expected to be able to withstand the harsh environment for an entire month. It is expected to transmit many more images of Venus to Earth in invisible light and near-infrared. Well, subscribers, this has been all for today's video. Tell us, how interested are you in knowing about the cosmos? Let us know your opinion in the comments box. Do not leave without giving us a like, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell so that you are the first to know when we upload a new video to our channel.